You know you love it when you just pickle your deer. Welcome to Ben Wander presents A Case of Distrust with PJ 8-Bit. My name is James. This is Peyton.
Hi, I was trying to move the little magnifying glass.
I'm reading all of the Ben the Wanderer and presents A Case of Distrust.
Who the hell is Ben Wanderer, though?
I guess it's the guy who made it. I don't know.
Okay. Hi, Ben.
All right, yo, Peyton, tell them, what is this? Where'd you find this? Why'd you find this? Why and who?
Oh, God. That's
Just
a lot of questions.
Real fast.
Okay.
Go.
This is a lot of pressure.
I was ready for a rope swing.
Oh, God. This was a game that we had, I think we got free on Epic, maybe? Not that long ago. Or it got sent to us on Humble Bundle. I can't remember. Anyway, it ended up in our library.
Either way, we're cheapskates.
Precariously. And then I found it and I was like, hey, let's play this game. And this was like back for November. But then our schedule kept getting pushed. And so now we're in January and welcome to A Case of Distrust.
Hey, a detective story. What the hell? Let's go for it right after her story. Her story was a great time. So yeah, let's do this. Let's start.
Her story, though, getting those last videos, I think took 10 years off of my life. So thank you to everybody.
In a good way. In a good way.
The best.
Ooh. Oh.
Do you hear anything?
Yeah, you don't hear the music?
No.
Okay. I awoke in my desk chair. You know hear music? One sec, guys. Alright, back to the story. I awoke in my desk chair.
Now, okay, we're gonna say this.
Oh my god. We're trying to get in the mood here. What are you doing?
Okay, this could be that looks like a cat. I really like that.
It's cute.
This could be a very different game, guys. This could be a lot of us reading.
What is this? You're the one that picked this. What
and it's gonna be very, like, crime novella-ish. So I'm hoping it's like a nice little detective-y short story. I hope it's good. I just remembered that, okay? When the text propped up and you had to read it, I was like, oh, I guess there is no narration. Anyway,
now the game started. Time to interrupt. I woke in my desk chair. Across from me were his piercing amber eyes. They surprised me at first, but I should have known he'd be there. I stretched and said, mid-yawn, not very nice to sneak into a sleeping woman's apartment. Oh, this is a you thing. Whatever, I'm a woman now. But his stare just continued.
I laughed at his glare.
I laughed at his glare. I'd seen San Francisco's shrewd thugs, hardened cops, and deadly politicians, but none could ever match the gaze of the cat.
You think it's a cat?
I don't know. Whoa. What's
I don't think it's a cat.
I knew I didn't have what he wanted. Reaching into my coat, I took out my knife and flicked it open.
Why would I give him the knife? I'm gonna keep the knife.
I held the knife steady while staring back at him. Look, I said, nodding towards the desk. That's all there is. Take it or leave it. But a detective knows when she's beat. And I knew then he wanted to search the place. And that's what he would do. I sighed, knowing my weakness for his type. All right, I said, let's look. He let out a gleeful in victory. I cut a piece of my apple the cat had rejected. I literally guessed that shit. That's hilarious. Always.
Because it looked like a cat. It was like I, and then this thing was like a little nose.
Yeah, you called that because you pointed out like a cat. I cut a piece of my apple the cat had rejected. Always a sore winner, I jabbed. But I was smiling too, because I was telling the truth. There was absolutely no other food in my apartment, you piece of shit cat.
I've had that moment with the cats, I'm not gonna lie.
The cat often dropped by to scavenge, and he made a lot of noise when he thought I was holding on to him. Or out on him, sorry. But right now, the place was clean and empty. No food anywhere. I had to prove it to him. Look, you see this?
Look.
Not a goddamn food. I kept a small statue underneath the side table. It had been police evidence in a crime, and its owner hadn't wanted it back. I took a shine to it, so I snugged it for myself on the way out of the department. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a little burp statue.
This is my lamp. I look at things.
This is
with
a
it.
desk lamp.
That lamp had belonged to the Uncle Lewis. He'd been an SFPD officer, one who'd argued policewomen could be good detectives even while the others jeered at me. He's a pretty cool dude. I knew he'd been right, but my current workload didn't help that claim. I suck. I thought about Lewis more often than I wanted. I was lousy at handling the emotions behind those thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Let's look at this big tree by my desk.
Yeah.
I had taken copies of an old murder cases from the SFPD records when I'd left, and I loved reading through them, even through my own contributions were minimal, or though they were. At that time, I longed for those types of jobs. The truth was, any work was hard to find for a female detective. You should be reading this. A newspaper was flopped on the floor. Its headline about the death of Lenin, leader of the Red Menace, sweeping Russia. It seemed that
the Bolsheviks had lost their head.
You read it for a while.
Yeah. My old notebook. No.
Wow. Woo!
Woo!
Welcome to Reading with PJ 8-Bit, guys. Woo! We're with it, I swear. My old notebook, now filled to the brim. I wrote everything down, even the minor details. Never know what can be useful. I don't know why I got excited about that.
The first half had my old cases, the second half had my current. Let's talk about the current stuff.
Sure. The second half had my current bunk. Adultery cases, the only things I'd get hired to do. Whatever my findings, my employers often refused to believe me. It was thankless work, but even that was hard to come by. This is starting to feel like Jessica Jones.
I was literally just about to say that. I was like, wow, is this Jessica Jones?
Good show. Want to read the comics more. Good comics too, actually. I've read some of them.
When I went on vacation, God knows when. What is this? Oh.
Packaged cigarettes were the latest trend, but I still preferred to roll my own. The ashtray was evidence that it was a practiced skill. I suppose I had a lot of free time back then. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, when I was on vacation, I had a chance to actually read through the Jessica Jones comics. They're really good. Like, I haven't read all of them, but I've read through a majority of the ones written by Michael Bendis from like the 2000s.
I do like the ones that were like, we say fuck and shit, and we therefore can't be in like the regular Marvel comics.
Actually, there's a disclaimer at the beginning where it's like, please do not read that. It's really odd, and it's funny that I listened to him talk about the original Jessica Jones comics, and Bendis was very much like, when they were adding superheroes into the Jessica Jones series, they had to be careful because they didn't want like a little kid picking up like a Spider-Man comic and be like, Spider-Man, oh no, they say fuck mommy. You know what I mean? Like that kind of situation where they
But I want that. As an adult, I actually 100% want that.
Everybody as an adult wants that. Nobody wants things like adults want adult.
Spider-Man grew up with us, man. Come on. Like he's been with us for a while. Anyways, keep going. What's that? The regular white icebox. Tinged yellow with age, half blocked the kitchen doorway. My income rarely kept much stocked in it. And right now, it was empty.
Did you hear that, you dumb bitch? It's empty.
Cat, we don't have anything. The cat had waltzed into my apartment a few years earlier. He kept coming back, and though there was rarely a morsel to eat, he's still here. He continued his loud meowing until I proved to him the place was empty of food. You are Mikey.
Yeah, you have to prove to Mikey that you do not have food.
Yeah. Oh, damn. It doesn't matter how doe-eyed you are, cutie pie. We've got no food around, I told him. I love this. He licked his chops and looked at me. Apparently, he still didn't believe that. I needed to contradict him somehow, to show him something in the apartment that would prove it was empty of food.
Oh, I can contradict that.
Oh my god, are we actually like, this is our first detective thing?
Yeah.
We have to prove to the cat we have no food. I love this.
The icebox.
The regular icebox, tinged with the age. Oh yeah, I read this.
Yeah, so use it to contradict.
I opened the icebox to the cat and could see inside. Empty. I told him.
Do you know how often I have to do this with the cats in real life, though?
He looks around like, fuck you. We just got an achievement, no food here. I love that we got an achievement for showing the cat.
On it. Yeah.
I love that we got an achievement showing the cat that we have no food. This is a beautiful thing. I want this to go down in history. The cat looked quizzically at the open door and then back at me. That's about right. That's cats.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, fella. There's no grub in there for me either. You stared at me with eyes as disappointed as I felt. Those big yellows always got to my soul. Thoughts of my family filled my head. Why your family?
Should we talk about the sister or the parents?
But never mind. I love that. No, choose whatever you want. Whatever. I'm game.
Eeny, miny, mo. Touch a tiger by the toe.
We don't have a tiger. We have a household cat.
Let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Parents?
Dip,
Sister?
dip. There's a party in this house.
Oh.
Would you like to come? Can't afford it.
Just do something. Aaron Hansen.
Hey, sister.
Okay. My sister, Muriel, sent a letter with an update of her life in Chicago. And she and her husband had just purchased a new home outside the bluster of the city. Their 3 young children were looking forward to the move. I never told Muriel about those letters.
I mostly ignored.
Yeah,
Can I be a dick?
I kind of like wiped my ass with them because I didn't have toilet paper at the time. I never told Muriel about those letters. They mostly ignored.
I kind of just kept them in the storage, you know, and I'd wipe my ass with them every once in a while.
At the time.
Back in the day, we didn't have toilet paper. We had to go outside and get leaves. Anyway, go on.
Because toilet paper is so overpriced because of COVID. Anyways, her family was the last thing I wanted to read about. My sister had the ordinary lifestyle, you know? Like, I'm pretty this, I'm pretty that. I have cat that I can feed. Fuck you, sister.
But you know what I want? I want to save myself.
Damn.
Oh, with this music.
I want to save myself.
I'm also going to jack myself off.
Oh, whoa, all right. Well, the cat's watching.
Oh, God, never when the cat's watching.
Oh.
Like, that's a command I need to teach Luna. Me time.
Leave.
Do not bore your eyes into my soul.
From the monotony of traditional marriage to prove that a woman could be more than her child-rearing duty.
Okay, I feel you. Good for you.
Not that I was helping advance that cause. With the types of cases coming my way, my mind spiraled into the unusual series of questions. Had I even impacted the women's movement? Had I made any change on society at all? Was my plotting career worth losing traditional happiness? What was the point in life I had chosen?
Okay, I didn't expect this to spiral into an existential crisis.
But I feel this, though. That, man, if you're an artist out there, I feel this.
Anybody who's rejected traditional society.
Yeah, you're right. The loud meow from the cat snapped my thoughts back into the moment. You're the cat, go. What the hell is that? I took a deep breath and grinned back at him. Guess you can scram now, I said. Nobody's going to come knocking with food for you, fella.
Get the fuck out of my house, you freeloader.
Huh? There immediately came a banging on the front door. Wow, Peyton.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
Oh yeah, Peyton's playing, by the way. Can you tell? The doorway was a regrettably familiar face of Connor Green.
I'm gonna look right on past him.
Look at that bird. Far, far away.
Yep.
In the doorway was the regrettably familiar face of Connor Green. I looked past him, peering left and right into the hallway. I heard a woman's heels marching down the carpeted stairs. But otherwise, the building was silent, empty. Evidently, Green had come along.
Okay, so that was actually kind of like the smarter thing to do, but I was just trying to be a dick, so I'm smart unintentionally, I suppose.
He stared at me through the doorway with a coy smile. Wow, ain't you going to invite me inside, huh?
Not if you look like that. They started closing.
I stared at him. I started closing the doors. but he stuck out a foot to stop me. Hey now! He chided. Foul way to treat a customer, Malone.
Are you a customer, though? Do you have the money?
So that was his angle, hiring me as a detective. And I wondered what a bootlegger would need with a private eye, but he answered without my prompt. I'll make this quick. I can't take this to the house, the hog house. What the fuck you talking about? I can't take this to the hog house.
Police?
Oh yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
Because police are pigs.
Yeah, that's the saying
That's
on
the era.
on the streets in the era.
Yeah, that's what the kids say on the streets when I roll up my cigarettes.
Or this guy.
Yeah, or this guy, whatever.
Or the pigs would laugh at me out. The other dicks just aren't as tempting. He grinned. His grin widened. Oh, you like dicks, do you? Thought this was going to be quick. Oh, sorry. God damn it. This is hard, man. You can help me do some of these voices. This is getting tricky.
Do you want me to do him?
I'm playing narrator, so.
Do you want me to do him or her? Choose.
Do her. I can do him. We gotta get organized. I'm sorry, guys. We gotta get organized. There's a lot of shit happening.
We weren't ready for this.
Well, we're ready for a green man.
We didn't even know we were recording today, and then we were like, fuck
we should
it.
record. Yeah,
we should record today.
Okay, you'll read the. I'll read the. Thought this was going to be quick. I said.
That's me. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
you're right.
Yeah,
no, you are you.
Yeah.
Okay, you play our main protagonist. I'll
Okay.
play this jackass and the
Yeah.
narrator.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
I'll start with it. It wasn't quick, and I already rolled and lighted a second smoke when Green finally finished his story. I noted the important bits in my book.
Okay.
Oh. It started with a letter slipped under his door in a white envelope.
Ooh, okay.
Looks very pink to me.
I like the colors in this game.
It read, "End your game, or we'll end you!" It had no signature, but it was very loud. Instead, ending with only a small scribble in the bottom right corner that resembled a black hand.
Like the Black Hand? Oh no, this would be way after.
Green had a lead on a new rum-running scheme. A connection from Vancouver. He'd given a sample to Tiny Paul, the gangster who ran the Tin Spoon Speakeasy from mob bosses Jerry Ferry. They'd agreed to buy in for more. Green surmised the letter was about his rum running. He suspected Redstone Stable, another bootlegger, of sending the letter, and he told me that Stable ran a barber shop during the day and gave me the address. A lot of shit happening in this letter.
Yeah, damn.
Green needed to know who the threat was from. He'd get Paul's gang to deal with them and continue the scheme to get rich. If I go snooping myself, he concluded, folks see I'm not trusting people. No trust leads to no customers. You see? I need to play it low key, which is where you come in.
Oh, I do I?
I raised an eyebrow and stared at him through the cigarette smoke. Something in his yarn was still twisted.
So twisted.
He must have noticed my reticence. Man, my vocabulary is so bad. Because he said, you know, I worked closely with Lewis. I'm sure he'd want to protect me as much as any other victim. My uncle.
Oh, right. Uncle Lewis. Yeah.
Oh, these are choices.
So Lewis had put me on the force. I'd finally accepted Lewis's death. I was still searching for answers. Let's talk about how Lewis was really the driving force here. So let's talk about that.
Lewis had put me on the forces to begin with and made me the first policewoman of the SFPD. And he was the only one who let me walk the beats with him, or do more at crime scenes than comfort a widow. He'd been obsessed with helping victims, bringing justice to those beyond salvation. And after he'd taken his own life, I quit the SFPD. There was little more I could do there. I started my own practice, taking his ethos to heart. Was Green worth my time? Would he be worth Lewis's?
I at his fucking hair. Of course he's not.
Look at his Green. Green tipped off my uncle in a few cases, and I wonder if that was enough to warrant my protection. Before I could think past my headache, he threw a bill in my lap. Keep the C note as a retainer, and don't worry about getting in touch. I'll find you later for a chat.
Hello? I didn't agree.
He turned down the hallway, and I let him go. If he was willing to give me $100 with no commitment,
oh whoa,
I wouldn't stop him.
Yeah, shit. Okay, just kidding. I'll take that money now. Fuck.
Cat's like, can you give me food with that money? And the cat's like, can you give me food with that money, please? Hello?
I will feed you, son.
Son?
We will get you food in this game. Justice for Cat.
Justice for Cat. I turned back to the apartment, still confused about the whole story. My headache wasn't helping either. Whenever I lacked clarity, a trip to Southern Café was usually the cure. Oh,
Do they make a good Southern coffee, if you know what I'm saying? A little Jack Daniels, a little whiskey in there.
Ooh, now we're talking.
A little whiskey woozle.
I mounted a gold plate on the outside that read, P.C. Malone, Private Investigator.
Okay, bye.
Leave.
Oh.
There was only one place I needed to get clear my head.
Yo, listen to those drums. That's a nice drum beat. The music in this is so good.
Real nice
shit.
improv. I like the jazz shit that's happening here. It's just
Yeah.
sweet. Southern Café was a basement dive. It wasn't modern, hip, or even busy. And it was my favorite place to down some paint. Especially in the company of the best bartender in the city.
Oh, this bartender must be smoking.
Was that your car, bro?
It's my car!
I gave my address and slouched in the back seat of the taxi cab. Oh, it's a taxi cab. I thought a good way to pass the journey might be to chat with the driver.
Always talk to taxi drivers.
They know
Always.
everything.
They know everything. If you want to know what's going down in your city, talk to your cab drivers. James thinks I'm insane, but I talk to taxi drivers about everything.
I don't think you're insane for that. I think it's smart. I think it's really smart.
They give me great stories. They give me insight in what's going around the city. Like, I'm a writer, so taxi drivers are always gold. Anyway, good. Continue on.
Yeah, you never know what they're going to say. Went to the Palace of Fine Arts, the driver said, when I asked about his weekend. They were holding a guest gallery. My girl is a big Giorgio Keefe fan. Myself, I don't get all this new stuff. What's so hard about painting some wavy lines? Ooh. For the rest of the trip, we spoke about the other artwork that had been on display. Pieces from Charles Sheeler, Louis Lozowick, Edward Steichen, and many more. I was sad to have missed it. But when we stopped at my destination, I left my envy in the taxi cab and refocused on the case at hand.
Hell yeah.
Southern Café was an automat diner. Ethel Burgess, the lone waitress, was friendly to help with any inquiry.
Ethel.
Of course, if you winked at her right, she'd show you the way to the downstairs toilet where Frankie played bathroom next. What the hell?
Oh my.
Whoa.
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 Whoa, Ethel Burgess.
Jeez. Okay, keep going. Man. Oh man, the music is so good in this game. Southern Café had the distinct feeling of home. The familiar smell of mold in that old basement was enough to put a grin on my face.
This actually sounds genuinely awesome. Oh, I can look around. Okay.
Yeah, you're looking around, bro.
I don't want to leave. I want wine.
I grabbed the wine bottle at the bar and examined its label. It featured a picture of grapes and the words, "Sacramental use only." Frankie looked at me with a spark in his eyes. "Go ahead," he said. "Give it a swig."
I will 100% drink church booze without thought. That's some man, thanks.
I grabbed the half-empty glass that had been next to the bottle and swirled some of its contents between my gums. A bit spicy, ain't it? Frankie asked.
It's good. It's real good.
I nodded and gulped the rest down. It'll cost you too, he said with a smile, and he grabbed the bottle from me, turning it through his hands. Rabies?
Rabbis.
That makes more sense. Man, I'm so stupid.
Rabies, those damn rabies. They charge me a nickel every 5 cents when they get on a dog or... I don't know how rabies works.
About?
I don't know how rabies works, okay?
All right, rabbis charge more often than a nickel for his beauty. But only this type of Napa wine is made from that Zinfandel grape. It has a unique aroma.
My mom used to drink white Zinfandel.
Oh, did she?
It's like the fancy pants.
Fancy pants wine?
Girly wine, yeah.
Oh. I usually drink the shit out of that. I've been trying to learn more about wine. Seemed everyone knew their stuff but me. I noted what Frankie has said about the origin of the grape as he sat the bottle back to the bar.
You don't even drink.
I chided. Frankie let out a belly laugh. I still enjoy the smell, he said. There was a story behind the teetotaling, but he cut short after any talk about it. An odd relationship with the drink for a barman. Frankie sighed. Too bad more folks can't know about it. That woman's league is the devil.
Oh, so this is during Prohibition.
So in Prohibition, that was the time when, like, wait, wasn't that when booze was illegal?
That's when booze was illegal, yeah. I kind of had a suspicion of that the way that they were talking.
So why is there a bar here? I'm confused.
It's a speakeasy.
So it's like illegal.
Yeah.
They're doing illegal shit here.
So you gotta winky wink at the diner, and then they'll let you downstairs to the real fun. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they actually did, right? That's why she winked. I get it now.
So, yeah,
that's what that was.
The women's Christian temperance movement, basically, they believed that alcohol caused more abuse in men towards women. So their idea was, if you ban alcohol, then men will stop beating their wives, but in reality, you just got to teach men not to beat their wives and maybe make that illegal instead.
Just don't be an asshole. Don't be an asshole to people. The Women's Christian Temperance Union was now under feminist Frances Willard, a positive force for the suffrage of women. But her staunch support of prohibition, I named it, along with the union's massive political clout, irks the very wet San Franciscan public, and she particularly wasn't popular with bartenders.
Yeah, Prohibition was
so
one of
this
those...
is the person that led this?
Yeah, so we had Prohibition in Canada as well, but I believe in Canada it only lasted like a couple years, and in the States it lasted like almost a decade. So it was like one of those weird times in history where Canada was drinking again, but the States weren't. And I think this is when this was.
Oh,
because they
weird.
talked about bootlegging coming down from Vancouver, right?
So you're saying Canada was drinking and the U.S. wasn't at one point in time? That is a wacky thing to know.
So, but people took advantage of that. Like Al Capone, for example, he was trading from Detroit to Windsor. Windsor would ship down across the river the booze. He would pick it up and he'd... put it in speakeasies.
Interesting.
Yeah, so this is actually, historically accurate. But in this case, because we're in San Francisco, it makes sense that it's coming down from Vancouver.
So what era are we talking here? When was Prohibition?
The
1920s, 30s?
Yeah, 20s.
20s? Damn. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Let's keep on going, bruh. Take a seat, he said. I'll make you something else. He was a big fella.
He was a big fella.
He was a big fella, both wide and tall, and must have been a little over 50. He had a round head, kind brown eyes, and a cropped ring of gray hair encircling the otherwise bald scalp. His voice was a warm timbre that complemented the tobacco and whiskey smells of his speakeasy. I sat at the bar. You got the spooks, PC? He asked. You're worn as a catcher's mitt. I suppose my exhaustion showed.
You're as worn as a catcher mitt.
Yeah, I love people make up like new things. Or I'd never heard that one before anyways. You're worn as a catcher's mitt. I've never heard that before.
I won $100 for nothing and I can't let it go.
I told Frankie about the case. the threatening letter sent to Connor Green, how he assumed it was related to his bootlegging and suspicion of Redstone Stable.
I also just realized... One sec. What the fuck are you doing? Okay. I also just realized... Yo, bro. So, we did the cat and I made the weird noise, but we have an authentic cat that can make authentic cat noises.
Mikey, get over here.
He's in the sink right now getting his ass dirty.
Yeah, our cat. I'm sure you're confused why we're talking about our cat right this moment, but... Our cat sleeps in the sink and he's getting toothpaste on his ass now. So this is a thing that we have to deal with now.
Because when you go, like, in your sink from, like, you know, brushing your teeth and shit, there's, like, little toothpaste stains that get left behind, right? And, like, I haven't gotten around to cleaning the bathroom just yet. So this motherfucker, he sits in the sink, yeah? He sits his fat fucking furry ass in the sink. Guess what gets on it? It gets toothpastey. And then the other cat is like, dude, you got toothpaste on your butt. I'ma clean you. And then he, like, attacks the other cat for cleaning. He's a mess, man. He's, like, a really adorable fat mess, which I relate to.
He's super nice to you, though. He's a sweet boy. Okay, we'll get back to the damn story. What is happening with this show? What is it? We just started talking about the cats?
He's thick.
What are we, crazy cat ladies? Yeah. That's definitely the truth. The story took the story took longer than I wanted. Frankie showing genuine interest by asking many questions. And when I finished, he threw me the whiskey sour. Ooh, whiskey sour, eh? Tasty drink.
Very tasty.
I took a large gulp and gave a sigh of thanks. Whiskey sours are good. I like making whiskey sours. Oh, wait. Well, Green's case is better than most of what you're given, he said, with some enthusiasm. At least it's not more of that adultery bunk.
Sure,
I replied.
But I started with a goal in mind. That's the point in helping a man like Green. Or what's the point in helping a man like Green?
Frankie clicked his tongue on his teeth. Lawyer or priest? Why does it matter? Let me ask you, are the clients you have now the types you want to help? That's a good question.
I admit they weren't.
I told him that I wanted more from my detecting life. It could be that Green's case shoots your career forward, Malone. I sighed and stared down at the drink. But my daze was interrupted by the basement door opening, then slamming shut. Oh, this has gotta be you. A small, blustering woman began marching towards me.
Should we talk about what she's wearing or her youth?
What she's wearing. We're gonna make fun of it.
I want to know what she's wearing, yeah.
She was wearing a light blue cloche. Hey? Cloche?
Cloche hat, I believe, yeah.
With a gray ribbon tilted back on her head. A scarf of similar blue draped around her neck, but I was startled by what she wore underneath it. A gray trench coat that looked too large for her frame. Ugh. It was exactly like the one I had that had belonged... What? The one that...
I guess, yeah, Lewis.
I read that. She hurled insults at me a while. All I could do... Sorry, I just gotta say this. That's the most, like, passive way to say, she hurled insults at me a while. It was nice. What a passive way to say that.
He threw a pot at my head one time, but he was cool.
All I could do was sit and take it until she ran out of gas and started breathing heavily. I set my drink on the bar and I looked at her in the eyes.
Oh, dude, say hello.
I inserted a hello. Say it.
Hello, I'm Phyllis Malone, and how can I help you?
Accompanied by a smile as genuine as I could muster. That knocked her off balance. She stumbled over her next few words, and I added,
And you are?
The flame returned to her eyes. Between clenched teeth, she hissed,
I'm the wife of that bum who sneaks into your bed.
The cat? I asked the cat, please.
The cat?
But humor wasn't her angle, and she launched into another poetic stanza.
And he just left your sty this morning.
She finally ended. And that was when I gathered she was Connor Green's wife.
Mrs. Green, I'm a PI, not a homewrecker. And I don't think your husband, in his line of business, would want to bed a dick anyhow.
Her look was pure incredulity.
A woman in that line of work?
She questioned.
I don't believe it.
Prove it. Do it.
Let's do it, yeah.
Fucking prove that bitch wrong. Do we have any proof? Connor Green just given a case that involved bootlegging. Still wasn't sure if she'd be worthy. So I just had to say, okay. So what are we trying? We're trying to prove that you did not sleep with her husband?
Yeah, I believe so. Maybe this?
Green's letter? The day before he came to me, Green had received a typewritten letter that read, "End your game will end you, or will end you." It was signed with only a small black. That's not going to help you prove this, though. Right?
But why would I have that otherwise unless he came to show me?
I guess you're right.
I'm gonna try.
I told her about why Connor had come to me, the bootlegging and the threats.
You see, Miss Green, this is what I do. There's not much more I can show you to prove it.
I still took more coaxing for her to believe me, but eventually she came around and she seemed grateful that I explained it to her. Apparently, she had seen her husband leave my apartment and, distraught, she had followed me all the way to Frankie's basement and decided to confront me.
I suppose I lost my head what I thought I'd seen,
she said, and she began to cry. Oh, boo-hoo, girl.
Oh, boo-hoo, I don't give a shit. Don't come at me with that shit.
Your turn.
I suppose I lost my... I said that already.
Oh, my bad.
I thought I'd seen.
You crazy. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Frankie, ever chivalrous, did I say that word right? Who knows? To a dimpled girl, came around the bar and held her up. Oh, that me? I'm in the bullshit. Now that's all right, Mr. Green. Why don't I hail you a cab and we'll get you the fuck out of here? Because you're stirring up shit.
Yeah.
And it's a legal place. Get out.
Yeah, out.
She agreed and they walked together up the stairs.
Yeah, because he can't have you in there.
When Frankie returned, I said to him,
"You turn night real quick."
He snorted with a laugh. Oh, you hell. We can't have that siren here. The torturer yelling like that, every street bugger would have come to her rescue. Jeez. Mr. Green is a torturer. Well, I learned she was Mrs. Connor Green just now when she came in. Is this you?
Oh, it's you.
I only seen her as Lil Fanny, singing lead at the jazz band at the Tin Spoon. Oh, cool.
The Tin Spoon?
I said.
Tiny Paul's joint? That's where Green is selling his liquor.
Say, you think that's where she met her husband? I guess.
You're the real sleuth, Frankie.
He made a sarcastic bow. I shook my head.
You're telling me you escorted our little torturer out just to avoid a bit of hot water?
Frankie flushed and said, "What are you talking about, Malone?" I was never good with emotions, but it was plain that Frankie had intently fallen for the girl. Ooh.
So what if I had more to squeeze out of her?
I asked. What more could you possibly want from Lil Fanny? She can't have anything to do with Green's mess. So this is the game. Is this the game? We're just playing the story and then like every now and then we have to prove things that come up in conversation based on what we know and seen and looked at before we talk to people. Is that the idea? Okay. All right.
Miss Green followed her husband to my place.
I said.
Why would she do that?
Frankie rolled his eyes. PC, if you were Green's wife, would you trust him with anything? Oh, I'm sure he's always up to something. I shrugged and stood up from the bar and stool stuff. I got up from my chair. What had just happened was quite the ruckus. It seems like my cue to move along.
No, I don't look at shit. What's this?
I love the word ruckus. It is my favorite.
You caused the ruckus.
It's funny.
You caused the ruckus.
Sorry. Frankie had a bond with that old shaker at the end of the bar. I was surprised he hadn't named it. He could sling a mean drink. Though, he'd only use the good liquor if he liked you. Frankie liked me.
Damn straight.
The bar stools were crooked and worn. My usual one was in the center of the room. I could sit on it for hours if Frankie had a yarn to spin. Of course, the sauce helped keep me in place too, you know?
Okay, I saw spin and all I thought is, please tell me you're spinning around in those bar stools like, wee!
Like a little child. You woohoo! And also, I like that she calls it sauce.
Sauce,
I
yeah.
drink my sauce. Once, I'd asked Frankie to lend me some cash from the register. He growled so fierce I decided not to ask again. Can you imagine him growling? It gets on all fours and starts trying to bite your arm. Fucking crazy bartender.
I've seen that in my life.
You have seen that in your life?
Yes.
Pardon? You've seen a bartender on their all fours trying to growl
Not
at you?
a bartender growling on all fours, but a human being on all fours growling, yes.
Is this a child in a camp sitting?
No, actually, this is an adult in a drunk setting.
Actually, I know that if Tucker's watching, he would say, I used to be that child doing that. I used to pretend I was a tiger because I thought animals were cool when I was a kid. So I'd be like,
didn't you try to film your cat or something to get the eyewitness?
oh my
opening?
God, that's a whole story. I don't people want to hear right now, but yes. Frankie was still behind the bar. And if I was stuck on the case, a long drink with him might be helpful, you know?
Well, I've done that already.
The worn stairs led to the outside world.
Yeah,
Gonna leave?
Let's leave.
I was heading up the stairs when Frankie called after me. So, what are you gonna do? Gotta leave me hanging, man.
Let's talk about Little Fanny some more.
I've been thinking about little Fanny. I suppose even mobsters had people who cared about them. And she'd been wearing Lewis's old jacket, so perhaps Green and Lewis have been closer than I realized.
I guess I'll take Connor Green's bait.
I replied.
I got nothing better on the stove, and he might need the help. Something still stinks, though.
Well, what's your plan? Frankie asked.
The way I see it, I have 3 goals right now. Green hired me for a job. Find the guy who wrote the letter. That's the basic part.
But you want more? Asked Frankie. I nodded.
Green's a shady character. I have to learn about him. Who is this guy? Maybe dig into his past. I can't go back to him blind. And then there's something about his bootlegging. How'd Green get a connection like that? What's his source exactly? Squeezing that lemon might give me more juice.
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 That sounds alright. As a bartender, I like juice, he replied. So where is it you're off to? Where's next?
Well, I got 3 leads. That bootlegger stable, who Green claims sent him the letter. The Tin Spoon Lounge, where I might learn more about Green's rum running schemes. And Mrs. Green, who couldn't give me more dirt on her husband.
Frankie nodded his approval. Well, if you're ever stuck, come back. See me. Never solve anything without talking it over. Are you like secretly the big bad guy in this whole game? I'm gonna call you on that shit right now. Are you the bad guy that's just sitting in the middle of all this chaos?
That would be funny.
I smiled and went up the stairs. If he fucking is, I swear to God. We just got an achievement. We're achievement on the job, and we're gonna have to call it there.
But I was gonna decide where to go next.
No, we're gonna have to decide next time.
There's a party in the house. Who would like to come?
Oh my God.
Would. So bring a bottle of wine. Can't afford it, so get lost. Okay, so we're not going to the Tin Spoon Lounge next time.
I swear to God, Peyton, I swear to God. You will have to find out what happens next time in PJ, but thank you so much for watching. Remember to cover your face when you sneeze.
Sorry, that was an unexpected sneeze.
God damn, Peyton. Remember to subscribe, keep up with what we're doing. We're going to be playing some more detective games even after A Case of Distrust. we're gonna be playing a little bit of horror. I hope you guys don't mind. We love our horror games on our channel.
We have a mighty need right now, too.
Yeah, we're in the mood for it. So we're gonna be throwing a couple your way. And just a heads up, if you like the midnight scenes, check out The Supper. It's already out on YouTube. Check it out. We'll see you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Yeah. Fucking love this beat, bro. Sexy goddamn beat.
He throws you off sometimes.
Yeah, it's because he's doing some weird like 16th shit along with the 8th note shit. With the bass drum too.
We could go to the barber shop.
Stable
But
barber
we're not
shop.
going to the Tin Spin Lounge because I decided already.
I can call it the Southern Café. I love that. Oh man, what do you think of the game so far? What do you think of the game? Tell me.
I'm enjoying it so far.
It's definitely more of a novel, but I'm liking it though. I love the ambience building is doing.